Welcome to Dr. Tarazi's Math Site. This video is one of a series covering the 2023 released Ohio State math questions. Recommendation.
To make the most of these videos, it is recommended to pause the video when you see this button, solve the problem, and then resume the video to check your answer.
Hello and welcome. Dante is going to the movies and wants to spend less than $15. That's all what he wants to spend. An inequality is given where M represents the amount of money Dante has left after purchasing his $10 movie ticket. So $10 is the ticket, and then whatever he spends total here should still be less than 15. Dante wants to purchase one snack at the concession stand. Select all. When you see select all, meaning more than one answer of snacks Dante could choose. A warm Bristol for $5.45, that doesn't work. See? So if you put 15 greater than 10 plus M, if you subtract 10 from both sides, so 5, M must be less than 5, okay? So is this the case here? That doesn't work, right? That's more than 5, so that doesn't work. This one doesn't work. This one, these two are okay, okay? So M has to be less than 5. Jacob has 5 orange juices and 8 cranberry juices boxes in a cooler. He removes 1 orange and adds 4 more cranberry juice boxes to the cooler. After making the changes, how many cranberry juice boxes are there in the cooler for every 1 orange juice? You have to read this to the very end. Okay? So here, what happened at the beginning? At the start, we have 5 oranges and 8 cranberry. Then what happened? We removed 1 orange and we added 4. So now we have 4 and 12. Now we have 12 cranberry. Some students answer the questions as 12, but that's not what the question. The question is, how many cranberry juice boxes are there in a cooler for every 1 orange? So you have 4 oranges, you have 12 cranberry. So 1 orange will be 12 divided by 4, 3. A recipe of 24 muffins requires 2 eggs and 4 cups of flour. Complete the table to show the amount of eggs and flour needed for the number of muffins given. So 24 total, 2 eggs, 4 cups. And we want to see what happened if I use 12 muffins or if I use 36 muffins. So to begin with, we have 24, 2, and 4. Now, if you want to use only 12, if you want to make only 12 muffins, obviously 12 is half of 24, will be half of 2, so 1 and 2. What about 36 now? You notice that if you add these two, it will give you 36. So 3 and 6. So here you have 1 and 2, and here you have 3 and 6. Brendan spends more than $14, bigger than $14. Place an arrow on the numbers line to model the amount of money that Brendan could have spent. A question like that is really easy. Don't lose a question like that. So more than 14, here's the 14. More to the right. So you get that. Line segment MN is graphed on the coordinate plane shown. Point P is located on MN point. P is somewhere here, okay? Point P is located twice as far from point M as it is from point N. So the distance from the point where you put it here to here should be twice the distance from here to here. So you have to split this into like 1/3 and 2/3, okay? So the distance from point M to point N is what? If you calculate this, okay, you can go count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or you can see I have 5 here and I have 4 here. That's 9, the distance. So 1 plus 8 is 9, but that doesn't work for me. 2 plus 7 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. So if I put it here, I'm good because the distance from here to here is 6. From here to here is 3. And we answer the question. An expression is given 2 to the power 3 plus 5. What is the value of the expression? Very, very important to remember that 2 to the power 3 is not 6. Is not 6. This means 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. The exponent tells you how many times you need to multiply 2 by itself. 8. So now 2 to the power 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 5 is 13. See how simple is this? Many students will say this is 6. And they add 6, they add 5 to it, and they get 11. And that's wrong answer. 3 to the power 2 is not 6. It's 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? Be careful about that. An expression is given 2x minus 3. Which mathematical term is represented by the 2 in the expression? This 2 is the coefficient. X is the variable. Okay? So that's the coefficient. It's not exponent, it's not product, it's not variable. Variable X is the variable. Okay, if this was an X, then you answer variable. Question number 21. Shelly is making a health drink. She needs 3/4 of teaspoons, TSP, of ginger to make 1 cup of health drink. Okay, 3/4, 1 cup. The model shows the number of teaspoons Shelly uses. How many cups of health drink can Shelly make with the ginger she used? Okay. 3/4. 1, 2, 3, that's 1 cup. 1, 2, 3, that's a second cup. 1, 2, 3, that's a third cup, and I'm left with 1/4, and 1/4 is 1/3 of a cup. Okay? So you do it this way. 3/4 teaspoon is 1 cup. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10/4 is unknown, is X. You can use cross multiplication. Multiply these two, divide by that, or just divide this by this. When you are dividing by a fraction, you have to flip the fraction and turn the division into a multiplication. So now you can simplify 4 and 4 here, and you get 10 over 3, or 3 and 1/3. You can answer either way. Michael wants to determine the most popular type of apple at his grocery store. Which method will offer Michael the best accurate result? The best. Counting the number of people who buy apples on the given day. That doesn't tell you most popular, right? So it doesn't work. Counting the number of each type of apple on display when the store opens. What does this have to do with the most accurate, with the most popular type of apple? Nothing. Conducting a survey about favorite apples with 200 people in his grocery store. That makes a lot of sense. Always you have to use a survey. 200 people in his grocery store, yes. Look at the last option, conducting a survey about favorite apples with 200 people in his neighborhood. That doesn't work because some people might not buy from his store, right? 2 ordered pairs are shown. These were here. Use the add point tool to plot both ordered pairs and the coordinate plane. A question like that, it's a guarantee. It's a piece of cake. It's a gift. Do not lose a question like that. So -2, 4. This is X and Y. This is Y. So the first one is X. The second one is Y. This is X. So you walk first and then you go up or go down. Always you walk first. So -2, you start from the origin. -2 is here. And then you go up 4. Second one, you walk 5 from 0. You walk 5. And then you go down 1. That's it, and you get a full mark for a question like that. Each hour, Nico stands in the same location and records the length of his shadow. The table shows his data in inches. At 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, okay? Noon, and start going up here. How he wants to determine the change from the shortest shadow length to the longest. Shortest to the longest, the minimum to the maximum is range, Okay? Now, I have a video for you. You can watch this video to give you a good review on mean, median, mode, and range. I highly recommend to watch this video. Diego buys water bottles for his football team, softball team. He buys 7 cases, each with tea bottles. Each case has tea bottles. Diego buys a total of 168 bottles. Create an equation that models the situation. It's very straightforward. The 7T is equal to 168. 7T is equal to 168. Select the boxes to determine the greatest common factor of the given pairs of the whole numbers. Greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. We're dealing now with the first situation here. 6. 6 goes into 36 and 42 at the same time. It goes into these two because common, okay? The answer is yes. Does 12 goes into 36 and 42? No. It doesn't go into 42. You can use the calculator, okay? Does 36 goes into 36 and into 42? No. So the answer, the first one is 6. Let's take the second one. Does 6 goes into 36 and 72? Yes. 12, does it go into 36 and 72? Yes. 36, does it go into 36 and 72? Yes, and the greatest is 36. Let's take the last one now, the third row. Does 6 goes into 36 and 78? Yes. Does 12 goes into 36 and 78? No. 12 goes into 36 but doesn't go into 78. Does 36 goes into 36 and 78? No. So the answer is 6. The last one, 36 and 84. Does 6 goes into both of them? Yes. Does 12 goes into both of them? You find it to be yes. 36 goes into 4 of them? No. So what is the greatest? The greatest is 12. Again, always pause, solve, and come back. The net of a cube with a surface area 96 square feet is shown. Total area is 96. What is the value of x? How many squares we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 square, 96 square feet. 1 square is 16. So each one of this is 16, okay? 16, 16, 16, etc. So now you have a square and you have area is 16. So you're looking at the number here, multiplied by itself, you get 16. X squared is equal to 16. X is equal to square root of 16 is 4. There are 80 students in the after-school program. 6th grade students make up 35%. 35%. How many 6th grade students are in the after-school program? Again, remember, 35% means 35 over 100 means 0.35. So what you do now, just multiply 0.35 times 80, you get 28 students. And it makes sense. Always make sure that your answer makes sense. That's about 1/3 of this, okay? Or you can do 35 over 100 times 80. Postage stamp cost 49 cents, $0.49. Create an equation to represent the total cost of M stamps. If you want to buy 2 stamps, you times this by 2. 3 times, you times it by 3. 10 stamps, you times it by 10. M stamps, you times it by M. 0.49 M, or 49 over 100 times M. Luca lives 350 miles from Washington, D.C. His family drives to Washington, D.C. at an average speed of 25 miles in 30 minutes. Good information here. They leave their house at 11:20. What time does Luca and his family arrive in Washington, D.C.? Okay. Miles, minutes. 25 miles in 30 minutes. How many minutes does it take them to do 350 miles? You can do it this way. I will show you another way later. X, cross multiplication. This times this divided by this. This times this divided by this. 420 minutes. How many minutes in an hour is 60? So you divide by 60, you get 7 hours. So it will take them 7 hours. They left at 11:20. So they arrive there at 18:20. You add 7 to 11, and you can answer it this way, and you're good. Or you notice that 18:20 is 6:20 p.m. Or you can say 25 miles in 30 minutes. So 50 miles in 1 hour, right? That's half an hour. So 50 miles in 1 hour, to get 350 divided by 50, you get 7 hours. This item has 2 parts. The low temperatures in a city is X degrees on Monday. Tuesday is warmer. Warmer means more, greater, with a low temperature of Y. Create an inequality to compare the low temperatures X and Y. Obviously, part A is so easy, X less than Y. Now, both temperatures are below 0. That's what they're telling you here. To be careful about this detail. What are possible values of X and Y? See, here's the number line. Both temperatures are in here, okay? And one of them should be greater than the other. So you have a whole bunch of answers here. So if I take -6 here, I need to choose a number here, okay? -3 I took. If you take -8, you can choose any one of these here. I chose -1, okay? And so on and so forth. So you have much more, a whole bunch of correct answers. Student in a math class watch 15 minutes video lessons for homework. 15 minutes video lessons for homework. The teacher wants to know how many of his 25 students watched at least 2 hours worth of video. 2 hours. 50 minutes, 1 video. How many they can do in 1 hour? That's 4, right? In 2 hours, 8. So she's looking at how many students watch at least 8 videos, okay? Notice that 2 hours means 8 watched videos, okay? So now let's start looking at those options. Count the number of students who watch at least 2 lessons. No. Count the number of students who watch at least 8 lessons last week. That's what you're looking for. And you can find out that these 2 are not a good options either. The price per gallon of gas decreases means went down. Subtract. Which number shows the change in the price in cents? A question like that is given, is gift, don't lose it. It's -6. Okay? Casey makes bags of trail mix using almond and raisins For every 4 ounces of raisins, there are 7 ounces of almonds in each bag. What is the ratio of ounces? Read the question carefully. Of ounces of raisins to almond. So raisins to almond, 4 to 7. 4 to 7. That's this one here. If you answer this is wrong, that's 7 to 4. That's almond to raisins. Okay? See how simple this?
Thank you and see you soon.
Thank you for watching. More videos to come. Please subscribe.